Welcome back. The FBI raid is now a political charade, and Kamala flip-flops on supporting cops. Former President Trump says he'll do whatever he can to help the country after the FBI raided his home last week. To recap, agents seized classified records, some marked as top secret. Others were marked as Melania's underwear and forwarded to Bill Clinton. But Trump claims the records have been declassified, and in an interview with Fox News Digital, he says the country's not going to stand for another scam. Quote, people are so angry at what is taking place, whatever we can do to help, because the temperature has to be brought down in the country. If it isn't, terrible things are going to happen. Now, following the raid last Monday, the FBI sent a bulletin to law enforcement agencies warning of increased threats. Something maybe they should have sent June of 2020, riots and stuff. But anyway, VP President Harris, a.k.a. Biden's number 2, she's second in command. She is second in command, criticizing Trump and his supporters for fueling the backlash against law enforcement.
I will say, as a former prosecutor, but as a citizen of our nation, any attacks on law enforcement are completely unacceptable, and any so-called leader who engages in rhetoric that in any way suggests that law enforcement should be exposed to that kind of danger is irresponsible and can result in dangerous activities.
I just keep waiting for her to tell me where the oxygen mask is. A sexist would say. That seems vague, though, what she said. It's almost as if no so-called leader actually called for the FBI to be attacked. For their safety, maybe the Supreme Court should join the FBI. So now she cares about the safety of law enforcement. Remember, this is the same person who helped raise money to bail out Minnesota rioters. Sorry, mostly peaceful protesters. They were back on the streets before residents could shout, "My business is on fire." And since when does she care about rhetoric? Remember, she's called everyone who stands in her way a racist, including her boss during a debate. You can't get more incendiary than that. This lady is about as real as Pelosi's expression of surprise. But you can't be surprised all the time. But hey, I can't get angry at Kamala, not when we put her nonsense to bongos.
It is critical that we work together to understand where we are, to recognize and have the courage to speak truth about what is obsolete, and then to partner to ensure that we are speaking the same language with the same motivation, inspired by the opportunity of it all.
It's amazing. It works every time. Brooke, as a lawyer, a successful lawyer, what do you think of this raid?
Debatable.
Debatable?
I'm so happy that you pointed out the hypocrisy of Kamala Harris. I mean, how dare she go and pretend that she is some sort of protectorate of law enforcement while she's raising money, for bail funds. But I'm really impressed with the way that the Trump team is handling this. They're really taking the high road. They're asking for the volume to be kept low. And anyone with an ounce of objectivity, you don't have to have a law degree to know that this was total overkill. I mean, the way...
Let him clap. We're going to just keep clapping.
Right. If only that's just what court was like. But, no. The way that you enforce the Public Records Act is through a subpoena, right? You reserve 15 unannounced FBI officials raiding your house for people who are hiding dead bodies in their closet, okay? Not for a former president. And there is absolutely no evidence that he has not cooperated with the formal subpoena, the former. He handed over 15 boxes. He had the whole room padlocked. And there's even a letter from the National Archives claiming that he was cooperating in full. So that's what I have to say.
There you go. You know what? Joe, also a lawyer. What is with the lawyer? It's just easy to be a lawyer now, Joe.
Yeah, you borrow $100,000, you go to law school, you pay it back in the first year, and then you quit that job because it sucks.
Have you been watching this closely? What are your thoughts?
On on Kamala or on Trump?
Whichever one. Let's not split hairs.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, that guy, Trump guy, he might have a whole bunch of stuff very incriminating in his house. Mm-hmm. Why would he give it to these clowns?
Yeah.
Why? I wouldn't give him anything.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they've treated him, it's like, why would you give them anything? And then I'm reading about it, and it's just like papers and documents, and he's supposedly in trouble for declassified documents that he's allowed to declassify.
Right.
Classified.
Classified.
And they're highly classified.
They're classified, but he's the guy that
unilaterally declassified.
He's the decider.
Yeah.
And so it seems like they're trying a little too hard to find something. So maybe this is all obvious. They're trying to find something that ties them to this January 6th thing. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah. I'm going to tell. I think it's safe to say that if I'm ever in court, you're not going to be my lawyer.
You're right. You're right.
Amazing bass player for the Vandals, though.
Yes, that's right.
All right. So that's you. I mean, you can't have them all.
No.
You can't. Your talent stack is impressive. Kat, do you have any fresh intake? Any fresh?
I'll take it from here.
Thank you.
Well, Kamala has not always been supportive of cops, but
Right.
she's been unwavering in her support of cop, as in one cop, as in herself.
Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't be surprised that she takes whatever position is the most convenient, and she gets super passionate about it in this weird way, as if we weren't there for all the other stuff. Even the Brittany Griner thing, where she's like, this is just a wrongful detention, and it's so wrong they're detaining her for weed. I'm like, you sent thousands of people to jail for marijuana yourself. And I don't know, she's shameless. She's just shameless.
She is shameless. And speaking of shameless,
Hey.
last
Yeah,
word
there
from
he
you,
is.
Jimmy. Care to comment on? I mean, you've been talking
give
about
it
this
up.
for hours on your
On the
radio
radio.
show.
Yeah,
Thank
well-
God nobody listens.
Stop it.
But
Stop it.
that was unnecessary.
No, I know.
I apologize.
I love that Kamala speaks as if anybody cares what she has to say, Like, Kamala is so dumb she studied for a COVID test, But stick with me.
You're gonna
Stick with me. Stick with me. But hold on. This is the problem. There's a real problem in our country. This is a real problem.
Yes.
Okay? It's very hard to trust the FBI, period, because we know their agents falsified documents in the past to get Trump. But now we're hearing rumors of nuclear weapons. They won't give us the affidavit because the affidavit would tell us specifics. So they leaked nuclear for two reasons. One, nuclear sounds ominous. It buys them time. Two, Liz Cheney's dad probably told her Mar-a-Lago had weapons of mass destruction. And that's where we are.
Nice. Yeah. All right, we should move. We got other stuff to talk about. Fun stuff. Shut up, Jimmy.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.